and welcome back for another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of the easiest bags, a tote bag or grocery bag or whatever kind of bag you want to make, but it is so easy and all it takes is one piece of fabric. Okay, so here it is. It's absolutely beautiful, very simple. We have some cotton webbing handles to make it super easy, but of course you can make your own handles if you wish. We have a large bottom, so it holds a lot, and then it also has this really cute little detail on the side, which means that there's no cutting of your fabric. It's really easy. Again, one rectangle of fabric to make this bag. If you are new to sewing, you're gonna love this pattern. It is great for beginners, and I will have a free pattern and tutorial linked down below. So go ahead, click that link, and then it's gonna take you to my website, and then over there, you're gonna be able to grab this free pattern and tutorial. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can be alerted of new and future tutorials. Okay, so you went ahead and cut out your fabric. I went ahead and used a piece of canvas fabric. This is actually from IKEA, and this is a great place to get canvas if you don't have access to a Joann or a Hobby Lobby. They do have fabric at IKEA. They sell it primarily in 3-yard or 3-meter pieces. I know in Canada they sell it in 3 meters. So I actually found this at the thrift store, which makes this an even better project. So I have my rectangle, and then I went and got some webbing. Now I went ahead and purchased some natural cotton 1-inch webbing, but you can take your canvas fabric, and if you want, make your own webbing. Usually I just take a piece of, I'm gonna say 25-inch by 4-inch piece. I fold it in half, I fold it in half again, I make a strap. I have tons of tutorials on my YouTube channel where I create straps, so I will of course provide a link to a strap video down below. But in this one, we're gonna make this the quickest grocery bag we can make, and we're gonna be using some pre-made webbing. And if you're looking for some cheap webbing and you don't wanna make a ton of things, you can always head over to the dollar store and grab a couple of leashes as well. That is the same kind of concept. And if you're only making 1 or 2 of these bags, you don't need a lot. Okay, so we have our piece of fabric here. We have the longest side and the short side. The short side is the sides that we're gonna hem first. So we're gonna go ahead and press. So I'm heating up my iron. So we're gonna fold down 1/4 inch and then 1 inch, and that's gonna give us a nice wide hem for the top of our bag. Okay, so feel free to clip if you feel like you need to, and use a ruler or disappearing ink pen if you want to actually draw your hem lines first and then fold. If you want to just make it, if you want to just eyeball it, you can do that as well. After doing it for so long, you kind of learn what is 1/4 inch. But sometimes when you're using this really thick fabric, it might not hem or it might not fold as easily, so putting some clips to help it lay flat always helps a little bit. Okay, and then we are going to do 1 inch down. And I'm going to measure that. Okay, so that is one part of our bag. And we're going to do the opposite side, and that's going to be the full top of our bag. I do want my 1 inch to be quite perfect so that it matches up with the other hemline. Okay, so we have both hemmed, but before we actually sew the hem down, we're actually going to put our straps in. So if you don't have your straps prepared yet, I will go ahead and sew those up. If you're using the pre-made, then we are going to cut our straps. Now this can be a preference in length. I think I'm going to do, I've done 30 inches, but I found it was quite long. So I'm gonna do 25 inches. Actually, I'm gonna do 27 inches. That's what I'm gonna do. Because 1 inch of our strap is going to be hidden inside the hem. So I can have a 25-inch strap once it's installed. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 pieces. Okay, and there we have those ready. Okay, now we're going to place our straps. So we're going to get a ruler, and I'm going to use a disappearing ink pen. You can use chalk, whatever will just rub away. And we're going to take our ruler, and I'm going to measure in 7 inches from the side of our bag, and I'm just drawing a line there, and then I'll do it on the other side. And then I'm going to take my strap, and making sure that it's not twisted, we're going to slip it under the hem all the way until the edge of it reaches the fold of the fabric. Then we're going to take the other one, place that one, place a clip, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take our strap and we're going to fold it back over itself like this, and then I'm going to clip it again. And what that does is now we have the raw edge of our webbing inside, and we are basically reinforcing this very strongly, because there's going to be a lot of weight in these bags. Groceries are heavy, and I'm just going to place some clips. And now what we're going to do is when we go to sew the hem, we're going to do 2 rows of stitching, and that's going to be right at the edge and then at the top, and that's going to greater secure our strap. So we'll have 2 rows of stitching going through 2 portions of the strap, giving it extra strength. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out my 7 inches on the other side. And these friction pens are great. I'll leave a link for these down below. They disappear with heat of the iron. So, I mean, you could just leave it there, and then when you wash your bags one day, the heat of the dryer will actually, you know, make it disappear as well. So, yeah, they're great. The blue, I find, disappears the best. So I know they have black and red, but this is what I've learned. Just folding it back over onto itself. And now this is going to be a little bit thick for your machine, so you're going to want to use a thicker needle. So if you have a denim needle or a leather needle, either way, you're still going to need a pretty sturdy needle because this is canvas. You need to keep that in mind. But once we start going through the webbing, or if you use straps, it's going to be super thick and you're just going to need that extra strength in your needle to be able to get through this. Okay, so we're going to start to sew. When we get up to our strap, I'm going to move the clips. As you can see, it's getting harder to get through. Now, if you find that your machine is having a hard time, you can hand crank through this a little bit. So just listen to your machine and make sure that you're not hurting it too much. But it really does help to have that G needle. Okay, so that's the first pass, and then we're going to come back, and because our strap is going to be like that, we want it to lay flat. So that's why it's best to do another row. And then if you have your strap going straight up to the edge, then you're going to do an extra row stitching through that piece as well as that piece. And you're welcome to do a third row if you want to as well down the center. That's just, again, going to add some extra security. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the second hem super quick. Okay, so now we have our straps in and they are beautiful and secure and it looks lovely. Now we're going to fold our bag in half lengthways so the handles meet together. And we're going to do 2 more seams and then our bag is going to be done. This is how quickly this is going to go. So now we're going to take our ruler and our pen and we are going to measure down 12.5 inches. And we will measure down 12.5 inches on the other side as well. Just kind of works out that this ruler measures 12.5 inches. And then I'm going to fold it in half. I'll do it this way so that I can see my marking. Fold up the bottom of your bag. Now this is going to make things a lot easier for you. And then we're going to get our iron. Now we're going to put the creases in the bag so that they can help us with our folding. And feel free to iron the rest of your bag if you need to. And we can get rid of those marks out there. But we just want to make sure that the bottom is good and creased. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to have some crease marks. And we'll have 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Now they are going the opposite way, but what we're going to do is we're going to take the top one and the bottom and the top one, and we're going to put those ones together. So we'll keep that one folded, and then we will take this fold, and this is going to be the center. So we're just bringing this down. Now, like I said, this is folded the opposite way, but we just want to work against it so that we can use, it's more of a guideline. And then this one is going to fold the opposite way as well. So we're just going to go in there. And we're going to press this again to make it go the way we want it to go. Okay, so we're repressing it down, making the new creases. Just like that. So now all we're going to do is sew up the side seams. Okay, I'm going to start from the bottom, and I'm going to give it a good seam allowance. Give it about 1/2 or 3/8 of an inch. Make sure that this is lined up nicely, and we'll sew up to the top. I just go back and forth there just because we want to reinforce that. And we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Now when I do that, I always go off of the fabric a tiny bit just so the stitch can wrap around the top of the connecting point there. Okay, so now we do have this raw edge here. And if you're using a woven fabric like I am, then you will have some fraying. So you can either use pinking shears to... That's not pinking shears, but if you want to use pinking shears to finish that off, or you can use a serger or your zigzag stitch. Now the serger might be a little bit delicate, especially with this canvas. If you were to serge this edge of the fabric first when it was just one layer, then that's fine. But once you sew it up this way, then it's a little too thick for sergers, especially the home sergers. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to a zigzag, and we are going to we're just going to make sure that our our needle goes off and on, and that's going to wrap around the edge and it's going to stop it from fraying. Now I would probably cut this to make it a little bit prettier. Okay, I'll show you what that is looking like. So as you can see, the stitches there, that is going to stop the further fraying. This is just from before, but that shouldn't happen anymore. Gonna make my stitch wider. Okay, so now all that's left to do is to flip our bag right sides out. And you will see where the magic happens. Okay, now as you can see on the sides here, we have some fabric that is kind of tucked into the side seam, and that's how we did that fold, is the excess now is sewn right into it. So now we have that nice little boxed bottom here. So it's a beautiful little tote bag. I'm absolutely obsessed. Great for the market. And you can easily fold this down so that you can store it in. You can either go like this and then fold it. Like that. Or you can just fold it like that and then fold it in half. But super classy, super cute. I'm gonna go ahead and iron again so that it keeps its shape when I go to open it up. But I think this turned out to be a super cute grocery bag, and I'm super excited to use it. Okay, and we're done. Isn't it absolutely adorable? I am so obsessed, and it is so easy to make up. What was that? 4 seams to make this beautiful tote bag, and I'm going to use it grocery shopping or for the kids or the pool, or you can make up a bunch of them and use them as gifts for, you know, your bridesmaids, or just, there's just so many uses for an easy, simple tote bag. And you can buy a lot of fabric, and then you can save a lot of money on tote bags. You don't have to buy them. Those tote bags you buy at the store are way too overpriced. And this one is such higher quality and a lot more durable. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And of course, if you haven't already checked out the pattern, the link will be available down in the description box below. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye guys! Oh, before you go, I just wanted to let you know that I do have a new bag making course available right now called the Bag Making Basics. And there we will learn how to make 3 different styles of bags and 4 different styles of zippers. I'm going to show you from the ground up how to bag make. So if you're learning or you're trying to get into your bag making journey, this is a great stepping stone to teach you all the fundamentals of how to begin bag making and working with zippers. So please check out the link down below. It's called the Bag Making Basics, and I hope to see you there.